My countermeasures are ready, even if you are not.
Let us hunt those who have fallen to darkness. Beware.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
In the dark, all is laid bare.
Minions has spawned.
Evil lurks around every corner. The dark should fear me. Cleansing blood with silver. I release them from their I bring swift death. They will be purified. On wings of night. I smell the magic. Ally has been slain. The shadows are to be feared. Beware.
An ally has been slain.
Evil lurks around every corner. judgment. I hear the innocent cry out. Cleansing blood.
An ally has been slain.
All is laid bare. Smell black magics.
An ally has been slain.
The shadows are to be feared. Evil looks around. Beware. I hear the innocent cry out. The dark should fear me.
Shut down.
They will be purified.
An ally has been slain.
The shadows are to be feared.
Ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Evil lurks around every corner. I hear the innocent cry. The dark should fear me.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I smell black magics. Purge with silver.
Turret plating will soon fall.
In the dark.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Laid bare. I release them from their pain. Shadows are to be feared. They will be purified.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Shut down.
On wings of night.
Shut down. Enemy rampage. An ally has been slain.
That is
Your turret has been destroyed.
Beware.
Shut down.
Should fear me. I smell black magics.
Enemy double kill. An enemy has been slain.
I hear the innocent cry out.
An enemy has been slain.
Cleansing blood with silver.
Enemy killing spree.
On wings of night. I bring sweet. Evil lurks around every corner.
Enemy rampage. An enemy has been slain.
I smell black magics.
Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy is unstoppable. Shut down. An ally has been slain.
Beware.
Enemy double kill. An ally has been slain.
I hear the innocent.
Enemy double kill.
The shadows are to be feared.
An enemy has been slain.
On wings of night. From their pain. Should Evil lurks around every corner. Beware.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
I smell black magics.
An ally has been slain.
They will be purified.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
In the dark, all is well.
Shut down. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
The shadows are to be feared. On wings of night.
An ally has been slain.
is around every corner. Beware.
You have slain an enemy. Enemy killing spree. Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
I see
Killing
that.
spree. Your team has destroyed a turret.
In the dark, all is laid bare. I hear the innocent cry out. The shadows are to be feared.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
On wings of night. The dark should fear me.
Enemy killing spree.
Beware.
Enemy rampage.
Evil lurks around everywhere. In the dark, all is lost.
Your inhibitor has respawned.
I hear the innocent cry out. The shadows are to be feared. On wings of night. The dark should fear me.
Your inhibitor is respawning soon. Your inhibitor has respawned. Your inhibitor has respawned.
Beware. Crimson blood with silver. In the dark, all is laid bare.
Has been slain. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Legendary. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. He has been slain. Legendary.
Judgment. Cleansing blood of its soul.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Slain an enemy. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
The shadows are to be feared. I smell black matches.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Beware.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Double kill. Your inhibitor has respawned soon.
Cooper, God.
You have slain an enemy. Your inhibitor has respawned.
They will be killed. Around every corner.
Is respawning soon. An enemy has been slain. has respawned. Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
The dark.
You have slain an enemy.
I release them from their pain. In the dark, all is laid.
The enemy's inhibitor has respawned.
I pass judgment.
You have slain an enemy.
Those are to be feared.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Rampage.
Beware.
Your inhibitor is respawning soon. An enemy has been slain. Your inhibitor is respawned.
I smell black magics.
An ally has been slain. Your inhibitor has respawned.
I smell black magics. I hear the innocent cry.
Your inhibitor has been restored.
I used to make regular videos on YouTube about interesting things in the world. I've been gone for a while, and so this is a temporary video with what I've been up to, some details of what I'm going to make next.
Remember our agreement, Murdoch. The boy is mine.
Ramirez was an effete snob. He died on his knees. I took his head and raped his woman before his blood was even cold. Happy Halloween, ladies. I have something to say. It's better to burn out than to fade away.
When you're a creator as big and recognizable as Mr. Beast, it becomes near impossible that the lawsuit actually.
Whoa, what?
It is a funerary mask. And this is the face of one of the kings of the Snake Kingdom.
The Mayans used masks like this one to shield those that have passed away from dangers on their journey to the underworld. Can I hold it?
Yes.
This was made over 1,000 years ago.
Yes.
Which means my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents weren't even alive. Why is this not in a museum? Why is a YouTuber holding this? Get this away from me. Take it, take it.
Don't tell anybody.
Okay, I totally won't show 200 million people.
Culturally significant sites like these are often highly restricted areas that even most archaeologists aren't even given access to. However, for some reason, Jimmy was seemingly given privileged access to the area, something he made sure to point out in the video.
It's actually a pyramid built on top of a pyramid. So the deeper we go in, the older things get. Be careful, boys. So sketchy, Jimmy. Can't believe the government's letting us do this. It really is crazy. Not even archaeologists are allowed to go back.
However, there were parts of the area Jimmy's team couldn't set foot in.
At the top of this pyramid is a temple so...
The area Jimmy's team couldn't set foot in.
At the top of this pyramid is a temple so sacred to the locals that no one is allowed up there. Out of respect for the culture and all the people who hold this very sacred, we are not going to touch the temple.
As unassuming as the video and its contents might have been, it was about to spiral into a much larger controversy that no one, not even Jimmy, could have seen coming. By the 15th of May 2025, Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History, otherwise known as INAH, released the following statement about Jimmy's latest video on Twitter. Regarding the video released by YouTuber Mr. Beast, we are pleased that YouTubers and all the young people around the world appreciate the value of our ancestral civilizations. What the INAH strongly condemns is that there are those who take advantage of the goodwill of institutions to commit abuses. Furthermore, the INAH condemns those who, for commercial gain and private profit, dare to distort the value of archaeological sites, which are a legacy of our indigenous cultures and the pride of our nation. Following this, the INAH points out out their major concerns with Jimmy's video and outlined the steps they'd be taking to correct these issues. Reading, the permit issued to Full Circle Media, representing Mr. Beast, did not authorize the publication of false information or the use of images from archaeological sites to advertise trademarks for private profit. The nation's heritage, which is public by nature, cannot be exploited by commercial enterprises. For this reason, the INAH has filed an administrative lawsuit against the production company, demanding compensation for damages and a public retraction for failure to comply with the terms of the permits issued in good faith by the institution. At a first glance, this post seems incredibly damning for Jimmy and raises questions about how his team violated the terms of agreement with INAH. Was it because the video was monetized? Did the advertisement in the video count as private profit? Or perhaps the problem wasn't with Jimmy's video presentation at all? A few days before the INAH made that statement on Twitter, they published a press release regarding how the video was filmed and regulated. Reading, the visit and recording that took place in the archaeological zones was carried out in accordance with requests made formally by the Federal Tourism Secretariat and the governments of the two states mentioned. In addition to this, they corrected some of the misrepresented facts Jimmy made during the video. Reading, in the case of Chichen Itza, we clarify that no drone flight was made inside El Castillo. As falsely mentioned in the video, this flight was made outside the structure. Obviously, the video has extensive audio-visual post-production work and alludes to events that did not occur, such as the one that the producers never descended from a helicopter, nor did they spend the night within the archaeological zone or have any mask in their possession. Pre-Hispanic, because the one they present is clearly contemporary reproduction. All of them are false assertions that obey the theatricality of the YouTuber in question. Even the governor of Campeche came out with a statement affirming Jimmy's adherence to regulations. Reading, Mr. Beast's team acted at all times with utmost responsibility and respect towards our ancestral heritage. All necessary permits and legal procedures were duly processed and authorized by the INAH-MX, who were present during the filming alongside Sector Campeche and the government of Campeche. All of this would lead one to believe that the lawsuit wasn't filed because of anything Jimmy did personally, but rather some mistakes on the part of the associated production company, Full Circle Media. However, this didn't stop people from assuming Jimmy was part of the lawsuit or criticizing him for entering the archaeological site in the first place.
Now adding to the controversy, Mexico...
Get wee ball.
If I go missing after this, call the police. So the first thing we have to do is see if this thing is patched. Okay. Let's type in the first 6. Oh, the one's already there.
Let's go! Let's go!
Alright, let's get to modding.
Mail came.
Hey.
So I know I probably don't need this, and I probably could take a paper clip and just... But longtime viewers of the channel know I screw shit up, and the price of messing up is... So better safe than sorry. So this is an RCN clip. You just take one of these off and then shove it in there like a colonoscopy. Let's have a look at this thing. Huh, this is huge. All right, now let's get to work. All right, so we have our switch, we have our jig, and we have a USB, but we need a computer. This has been sat here for 3 weeks. Wait, do I have an SD card in here? Shit. All right, I guess while we wait, I might as well load up one last game. Come on, all right. God damn it. All right, it's done. Now we need to get this. If I'm not mistaken, we just... Wait, not you. And then this is gonna make us do the whole hacker man, hack the mainframe type thing. All right, it's time. Select payload. That is you. Get on there. Hello? Get on there. What?
So I'm editing this. I'm fucking blind. Okay. Let's just, boom. Now this is where it gets scary. Oh, yeah, okay, that seems important. We're in. Here goes nothing. Fingers crossed. Uh-oh. I need this. Come on. Get out. Get out. Get out! Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I may have fucked up. I may have fucked up. Okay. 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 Off. Inject. Hey! Okay. I think we're set. Alright, so it's the next day. We have Hecate. How do you say this?
Hecate.
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 Let's just call it the bootloader. Ah, shoot. I don't have a keyboard. Oh, reliable. So this is going to be our Linux distro. That's going to make all this happen. Alright. Cool. This is taking too long. Oh my god! God damn, bro, are you thirsty? Alright, Ah, shoot, my battery's gonna... Alright, moment of truth time. Yep. Okay. There it is. Let's give it a go. Yo, this is so cool! Alright, let me get this all set up. Okay, we did it.
Nice job, team.
I don't know about you, though, but I think we need a bigger screen. Now, I don't think this will work, but I also don't think it won't. Oh my god! Alright, let me go get a keyboard. Now to get Steam running on here. We got the wrong one. We gotta reinstall it. Damn it. Now, I wish I could say I turned off the camera, updated the install, and everything just worked. Wrong! I mean, come on, what'd you expect? So here's a quick recap. I installed Kubuntu and then tried to use Box64 to install Steam, but my dumb tried installing it natively and wasn't sure how to get rid of it. Reinstall. There was no way for me to record because on this install, the switch wouldn't output to the monitor. Reinstall. I got Box86 installed, whoopee, but after trying to get Box64 installed, there was missing packages. I tried getting the missing packages and nope. Then when trying to run it anyways with Box86, it gave up and attempted natively. No dice. I was ready to throw in the towel and take the easy way out and make this a Steam link, but I decided to dive into the internet archive of old threads of people trying this exact thing. And finally... Yeah, it's, slow. I don't think it's the worst that we've seen on here. It's not great, though. There is a fair bit of input lag. It has fairly decent touch support, albeit it's slow. And I don't know if you can guess, but the battery life, the battery has drained 7% in recording this little sequence. 8%. Now, seeing that thread to do this get taken down has kind of scared me a little bit. I've done like 8 hours of editing on this video. I'm not backing out now. Anyways, tomorrow we dock this and we game on it. I don't know about you, but this background doesn't scream Switch to me. Let's fix that real quick. There we go. Now this is a Switch. So we're kind of limited to what games we can play because we don't have that much space on this SD card. Help! Alright, here goes nothing. Grab a controller and kick back. Oh, something tells me this is gonna take a bit to load. It's okay, Rocky, take your time. Not looking good, gang. Think we have to go for a hard restart here. Well, it looks like those updates broke it. No matter what I do, this is the end result. But let's see what else the thing can run. Let's see how Minecraft runs. Surely can't be that bad, right? Oh, this doesn't look that bad. Okay, so, starting to notice. Anything CPU heavy? No. Okay. It's a bit slow to load things. I mean, oh. Alright. This CPU is, slow. One of the most frequent comments I get is, can it run Doom? Hey, this is pretty smooth. Credit where it's due. For a 2004 game, this doesn't look that bad. I also can't tell if it's good or bad that this looks exactly like a Switch game. God damn, his barber. I fucked up, I gotta go bald. I love how all these models have so much detail and then they get to the top of the head and they're like, eh. I mean, look at that. Look at Patrick Star models. What the fuck is Bloxy Cola? Facts. That's all I got in this video. I would try some emulation on this, but I'm probably already gonna get something taken from Nintendo. I'd rather it not be my life. That said, thank you so much for watching this video. I can't guarantee they'll all be this.
Step into Wix Studio and handle every part of your build from one platform. Map out your...
Ilya Sutskever. He was the chief AI scientist at OpenAI. Prepare for what's next.
Radical future that AI creates. But it's also very difficult to imagine. It's very, very difficult to imagine. It's very difficult to internalize and to really believe on an emotional level. Even I struggle with it. And yet the logic seems to dictate that this very likely should happen. You know, there is a quote which is like this, which goes like this. It says, you may not take interest in politics, but politics will take interest in you. So the same applies to AI many times over. By simply using AI and looking at what the best AI of today can do, you get an intuition. You get an intuition. And as AI continues to improve in 1 year, in 2 years, in 3 years, the intuition will become stronger. And a lot of the things that we are talking about now, they will become much more real. They'll become less imaginary. And especially with AI, the very smart, super intelligent AI in the future, there will be very profound issues. But overall, by simply looking at what AI can do, not ignoring it, when the time comes, that will generate the energy that's required to overcome the huge challenge that AI will pose.
Welcome to John Makes
And
Me.
the challenge that AI poses in some sense is the...
It's where John makes the idea of more, a little bit, make them a little bit more subdued. So I'm happy with that track on here, and we're going to quantize with a swing of 50 can. We're not going to use that on the... That might be it. There's that and the... Ooh, some of those glides. It's like the dreamy sound.
Do you live here in Aida?
Mm-hmm. So I was born in Azakam, but then I married and came to live in Aidakam.
Okay.
So from camp to camp.
Do you feel like...
She looks like a really poor refugee, right? Look at her. Super, like her... Conan O'Brien goes to the biggest line, his clothes are so...
Camp to camp.
Do you...
But then I married and came to live in Aidakam.
Okay.
So from camp to camp, but then I...
Goes to the pallet...
According to the Israeli government, the separation wall is a security measure built to protect against terrorist attacks and has resulted in a dramatic drop in Israeli deaths and casualties.
It's also a flashpoint. There's been a lot of violence here, a lot of clashes between the Israeli forces and Palestinians, rock throwing, tear gas. Well, no, I don't think any wall like this is normal. Do you?
I'm Palestinian. Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
No, it's sad.
It's very
Walls
sad.
like
It's an
this
open-air prison at the end of the day. That's not, you don't...
Explanation of pro-Palestinians. They've got rocks and stones, yet the...
exist at all. We don't want to accept it at all.
If you speak to Palestinians, you can go into refugee camps, which they would never take you, right? But you would be welcomed, and people will welcome you into their home and give you the clothes.
No, we're on our way to... We wanted to go to a refugee
Which one?
camp.
With the IDF?
No, we're not going with the IDF.
No.
We were headed... We were...
Ida camp you're going to.
Let me ask you a question. What do you see as a solution?
As a solution, well, one, America has to stop giving Israel $10 million a day just for weapons.
Right.
Once the weapons stop, Israel has no choice but to talk about peace.
What do you mean we have no other choice to speak if we have no...
Very sad that
Let's not go after...
Ukraine, a Russian soldier crouches down in his foxhole as AI-directed smart artillery pinpoints his exact location and adds him to the list of potential targets. Across the world in the US, Amazon employees are monitored and their behavior is logged. Later analysis will reveal how their managers can squeeze as much productivity out of them as possible. Meanwhile in the UK, a local police department is using software to monitor the community they're meant to protect. They'll build a wider view of problem areas while also creating specific profiles on the people most likely to commit crimes. So what links all of these things together? The data analysis giants known as Palantir, whose software models are embedded in every level of society. And who's really pulling the strings there? Well, it's time to introduce you to the main characters behind this neo-Orwellian takeover, starting with Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel can trace his multi-billion-dollar fortune and his immense levels of power to his founding role in PayPal. Thiel was at the heart of the so-called PayPal mafia. You might know some of the other members, the creators of LinkedIn, the co-founders of YouTube, the CEO of Yelp, or even Elon Musk. Now, lots of future technocrats involved with PayPal learned key lessons at the company, lessons which taught them how to make far more money from their own endeavors later on. As the one CEO of PayPal and one of its biggest shareholders, Thiel was a central figure and he was no different. Of course, Thiel has been well known as a visionary investor for quite some time, with a lot of his reputation coming down to how he was the very first person to invest in Facebook. His $500,000 angel investment was estimated to have been sold for over $1 billion when he finally left the company. However, for years, Thiel was also certain that underwater homes were gonna take off and he put millions into companies pushing these pipe dreams. So they weren't all winners as you'd expect. But at PayPal though, Thiel learned about the importance of data and data analysis. You see, it all revolved around one of the biggest problems for info onto PayPal's employees. Making it perfect for relieving stress or staying focused made us see clearer. Knowledge is power, and Palantir turned data into knowledge. For the first few years, the company was almost entirely integrated with the CIA. They were both one of its biggest investors and its only client, drip-feeding it contracts as it slowly grew over time. Lots of this early work was based around in-house data management. The CIA already had plenty of information, they just needed someone to link together and consolidate their separate databases. Then the project expanded to their government organizations and Palantir integrated their information as well. All of this was then put into a unified platform, which government employees could easily access with the right clearance. Though the first real test came with the War on Terror, there's no other arena where data and knowledge is more important than military intelligence. It was especially true in the kinds of wars America was fighting where they lost far more men and vehicles to roadside IEDs than to enemy soldiers. Knowing who the insurgents were, the location of booby traps and where they were hiding was absolutely key. Palantir, when they rolled back the tape, Deep State would be enough by itself to make Palantir incredibly powerful, but it definitely isn't enough for Alex Karp, Thiel, or Palantir. Instead, they decided to turn their gaze inwards to use the same surveillance technology on the home front.
If you don't know where to start in Top Heroes World, the Springland is a great place to start. There are low-level enemies and villages with free healing wells. Save Flame Hall until level 20+. Trust me, those lava traps wreck new players. If you need...
Sometimes the most shocking corporate misconduct is hidden in plain sight, invisible to the naked eye.
What is happening here will swallow our world if we don't stop it right here, right now.
Looking back, there was an early clue that the world's richest man was up to something here.
It's just like, why is Elon Musk coming to Memphis?
The people of Memphis soon found out.
Now Elon Musk is coming to Memphis to build the world's largest supercomputer.
A year later,
we here because we need this!
People here want answers.
It's the job of the health department to protect our lungs, and not once have they went to XAI to see that they had 35 gas turbines operating and polluting our air.
We went to Memphis and found an environmental crime scene. Musk's data center burning enough methane to power a small city with no permits and no pollution controls.
I have not seen anything like this. We believe they've already violated the Clean Air Act.
As Musk helps dismantle the very federal agency that's supposed to protect us against pollution like this.
There is no way to miss how this is a coordinated strategy.
What does Memphis reveal about the future Elon Musk wants for us all?
So the mission of XAI and Grok is to understand the universe.
In 2023, Musk founded XAI to produce and sell artificial intelligence.
We want to understand the nature of the universe so we can figure out where are the aliens, what's the meaning of life, how does the universe end.
Its main product is Grok, an AI chatbot that he's incorporated into Twitter, or X. Musk was entering the race to dominate the AI market, but he was arriving late, years after competitors like OpenAI and Google had begun training their AI systems. So in Musk's mind, he had to move fast.
We went to the data center providers and said how long would it take to have 100,000 GPUs operating coherently in a single location, and we got timeframes from 18 to 24 months. So we're like, well, 18 to 24 months, that means losing is a certainty. So the only option was to do it ourselves.
Been waiting for this moment. I am pleased to announce that xAI's Gigafactory of Compute, the world's largest supercomputer, is to be located in Memphis, Tennessee.
Musk dubbed the project Colossus, after a movie about a supercomputer that becomes sentient and assumes total control of the world.
And so, my fellow human beings, we all directly and indirectly live in the shade, but not the shadow of Colossus.
When you think about the computational power that it will take to put humans on the surface of Mars, that's going to come from the Gigafactory of Compute that calls Memphis home. We were told that by the company. And so it required speed and power.
It's announced as a done deal.
Keyshawn Pearson grew up in South Memphis.
A billionaire and his organization is coming to our city, and we're just finding out after the land has been purchased, after the project has been approved by certain officials, right, who did know.
This is huge. This puts the word out there that Memphis understands operating at the speed of business.
As a community, we're trying to reach out to people and understand what is xAI. He built it without us even knowing that it was being built.
We had to watch this over X or Twitter. Brent Mayo, Elon Musk would tweet often about where they were in the progress, how fast things were moving.
To train an AI system, a data center requires an enormous amount of electricity. The question
about where they were in the progress, how fast things were moving.
To train an AI system, a data center requires an enormous amount of electricity. The question was, where would the power come from?
Most companies, when they come to the city of Memphis, they plug into our power grid. That's what you think would happen. Why would this be any different? Unfortunately, we learned, because it is a billionaire's corporation, it would be a lot different.
xAI made a deal with the local electric company for 150 megawatts of power and agreed to build a new substation to help meet that demand. But Musk's ambitious plans suggested he would need much more power than that, and fast. Soon, people started to notice some unusual structures outside the facility.
I drove out there, and the first thing I did was hear the turbines. You can smell it as well. Such a disturbingly unique smell.
From the road, Keyshawn and others could see a row of machines that are typically only used for remote or emergency operations. Mobile gas turbines.
I have never seen portable turbines used like this.
Patrick Anderson works on air quality cases for the Southern Environmental Law Center.
We know that these kinds of generators require air permits. And so right off the bat, we started filing records requests with the local Shelby County Health Department. Do you have an air permit application from xAI? And they came back and basically said, no, we have nothing to hand over. We also filed records requests with EPA to see what they had. They also did not have details on what is on the ground out there. Nobody from the regulatory side, the health department, the city, EPA, has told the public or us really one iota of what's actually operating out there.
To figure that out, Patrick and his team hired a photographer to capture the data center from above. The images revealed far more turbines than anyone knew about. 35.
I couldn't believe it. I was absolutely stunned. How do we not know about this?
According to xAI leadership, the turbines are not being used and are not connected.
Under pressure, xAI claimed it was using less than half of those turbines.
I've talked to the xAI leadership team. There are 35, but there are only 15 that are on. The other ones are stored on the site.
Well, first off, these are expensive. There's a turbine shortage nationally. You don't obtain these turbines and put them on site if you're not intending to operate them.
So Patrick and his team sent the photographer back out with a high-end thermal camera.
What we saw is 33 of the 35 were very clearly operating.
The turbines were capable of generating about 420 megawatts of electricity, enough to power around 300,000 homes.
They've built a power plant out there. And they've done it overnight, no air pollution controls, quick and dirty, no permit.
I mean, what you've done with the cluster in Memphis is incredible. Just in a handful of weeks.
Any given thing can be sped up.
Yeah.
Like whatever speed is being done, it can be done faster.
This is the largest AI cluster in the world. This place is absolutely amazing.
That is like superhuman. I mean, Elon is singular. Building a massive factory in the short time that was done, there's only one person in the world who could do that.
And this entire supercomputer is built to power rocks.
We were given a tour at XAI, looking at the facility, very impressive, very exciting for Memphis. Their commitment to the community is remarkable.
It's unique in my experience.
Joseph Goffman has worked on air pollution issues for decades. Until January, he ran the EPA office that regulates air quality.
Most companies that I've dealt with go to great lengths and spend a lot of money to make sure that the day they turn on their operations, they're also turning on their pollution control equipment. That's a given. For a company to do this, it's treating the people who live there as if they don't count.
I like to open my windows early in the morning to breathe the fresh air, God's given air, not the air that man want to give us, but God.
Easter Knox lives just over a mile from XAI.
I really wasn't getting the fresh air. I was getting that pollution that was mixed in with everything.
You know how you light your stove and that gas seeps with the little ticking noise? That's what it smelled like.
Alexis Humphreys grew up here, 1 street away from Easter.
When I smelled it the first time, I was asleep. And it woke me up because I thought gas was seeping in the house, but come to find out, we come outside and all the neighbors was outside trying to figure out what's going on.
He was an ordinary dad, full of joy, full of jokes.
Last year, Alexis lost her grandfather, who struggled with a respiratory illness called chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD.
COPD is a breathing condition, but you don't get it unless you smoke cigarettes. And my granddad didn't smoke cigarettes, but every 3 weeks or so, my granddad was going to the hospital. He would have to get breathing treatments. I have asthma, bronchitis. My mom has just bronchitis, and now my granny has it.
You can't hardly breathe. It's just like your whole world is collapsing down on you, and it's frightening.
Easter and her husband have also developed COPD. What does it feel like?
Feel like you're fixing to die.
The area around XAI leads the state in emergency department visits for asthma. Memphis has one of the highest rates of toxic air releases of any American city, and many of its most polluting facilities are in this neighborhood.
Elon, what he did with Memphis is objectively somewhat dirty, but he's also doing it in an area where there's like a bigger natural gas plant right next door and like a wastewater treatment and a garbage dump nearby, right? And he's obviously made the world a lot more clean than that one data center.
In just 1 year, XAI has blown past existing polluters.
They're emitting somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 tons of NOx. I'm an air pollution guy, so I deal in those numbers all the time, and that's larger than anything else in Memphis.
Gas turbines like these release 3 main types of deadly pollution: nitrogen oxides, formaldehyde, and fine particulate matter. Nitrogen oxides combine with other pollutants to form ground-level ozone, which causes and worsens asthma and COPD. Formaldehyde causes cancer, and particulate matter, airborne soot, can pass through your lungs and into your bloodstream, causing heart disease.
We've shown up today because we've been to too many funerals. We've shown up today because we've cried too many tears. We've shown up here today because we're tired. And we have an expectation of the people that we elect and put into place. We expect them to do what is in our best interest. Not Elon Musk. And what we're saying is that stops now.
In April, hundreds of people came to a high school in South Memphis to talk about XAI.
Period.
In January, the company belatedly applied for a permit to operate 15 of its turbines for 5 years.
I'm going to invite a representative up from the applicant XAI, Mr. Brent Mayo.
That's the first time that XAI has publicly addressed the community in any way.
I understand. People do not want to hear the statement, but again, XAI is committed to meeting the highest standard for emissions. XAI is going above and beyond the required emission control requirements. And to that, thank you very much for your time.
He immediately left after reading his script. It's extremely disrespectful.
It's time to start telling the truth. The truth is that XAI, who just ran up out of here, they have no controls that prevent air pollution or decrease air pollution in their factories. None. That's the truth.
To date, local and state authorities have taken no action against XAI. Running turbines without permits or pollution controls is also a violation of the Clean Air Act, which it's the EPA's job to enforce. But to date, the EPA has done nothing, and Elon Musk is doing what he can to keep it that way. Musk has helped the Trump administration place strict limits on the EPA's budget as part of President Trump's broader project to radically reshape the agency. Trump's EPA has begun what it calls the biggest deregulatory action in U.S. history.
To fulfill President Trump's promise to unleash American energy and give power back to the states.
It eliminated the EPA's office that assists heavily polluted communities like South Memphis and canceled billions of dollars of funding for addressing pollution.
So you've slashed already $22 billion in grants, but you used Doge, if I'm not mistaken, to take down your head count?
It's been great. The people working on the Doge mission are EPA employees. What they provide to me are recommendations. I have found that working with Elon and Doge has been fantastic, a big help to our efforts.
In March, the EPA announced plans to roll back over 30 air and water quality standards. In March, the EPA announced plans to roll back over
a big help to our efforts.
In March, the EPA announced plans
has been provide to me our recommendations. I have found that working with Elon and Doge has been fantastic, a big help to our efforts.
In March, the EPA announced plans to roll back over 30 air and water quality standards, including protections against fine particulate matter. The new head of the agency describes promoting the AI industry as a core part of the EPA's mission.
It's about unleashing energy dominance, making America the AI capital of the world. And the EPA can't be restrictive of that. We can't be suffocating it.
Making America the world's AI capital means prioritizing a massive expansion of data centers, and hundreds of them are now under construction.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Levi.
With Trump's EPA backing that effort, there may be little recourse for the communities downwind.
XAI comes from a culture of Silicon Valley. That culture is go fast and break stuff. Break things.
A week after this hearing, XAI announced it would reduce the number of turbines it's running at Colossus over the next 2 months, but it's also dramatically expanding.
I'm happy to announce that XAI is increasing their footprint.
It's building a second larger data center.
Oh yeah, we've already started work on the next cluster. Yeah, about 5 times the power.
Where its construction permit application indicates it's considering using between 40 and 90 gas turbines and enough electricity to power 40% of Memphis.
So we're not like stopping here.
In February, during an XAI product launch, Elon Musk gave the closest thing to a public explanation for what he's done in Memphis.
Well, we needed a building, so we found an Electrolux factory in Memphis. That's why it's in Memphis, home of Elvis. And also, I think it was the capital of ancient Egypt. Then we needed power, at least 120 megawatts at first, but the building only had 15 megawatts. So we initially leased a whole bunch of generators. So we have generators on one side of the building, trailer after trailer of generators until we get the utility power to come in. You know, it's like interesting. It's not like, oh, we just magically made it happen. You have to break down the problem just like Grok does for reasoning.
XAI did not respond to questions for this report.
What's happening in Memphis, that is Elon's vision.
Mr. President, all systems are activated.
Congratulations, Dr. Foreman. It's a marvelous achievement.
Thank you, sir.
A technocracy to be able to do whatever he wants, whatever he chooses, to experiment, to kill, to destroy the environment at the behest of his machines. What that will amount to is a plantation economy for the rest of the world. A desolate wasteland of data centers is to follow.
Thanks so much for watching our video. If you'd like to see more stories like this, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel to get more perfect use.
Woo! This one's gonna be for the record books. I'm
I'm not surprised, but it is freaking awesome. So let's dive in. Hey everybody, my name's Ryan, also known as Matt. Afterburner, also known as the fighter pilot next door. Today we're diving into a groundbreaking, mark my words, groundbreaking moment in modern aerial warfare. Ukrainian Air Force, but it was possibly guided by a Swedish Saab 340, which is a reconnaissance. It's an airborne early went into a Ukrainian F-16 using a long-range AIM-120 shot down. And the Russian pilot was reported to have ejected and to like an extension fighter jet in Ukraine was the AIM-EX.
Want to get rid of this?
50 years ago, Monsanto invented something that would change the world forever.
Roundup. No root, no weed, no problem.
But Roundup was more than just a good weed killer.
We've been using the weed killer for decades, but now it's at the center of a $1 billion health scandal.
Did Roundup weed killer cause a man to get cancer?
There's many diseases that are linked to glyphosate exposure.
My doctor, he goes, you know, I think this is all due to Roundup.
What made Roundup so effective was the chemical glyphosate, that thanks to Monsanto has become the most popular pesticide in the world, and now one that's linked to cancer.
My patient's dying just so their shareholders can make a few more bucks, just so their CEO can get a bonus.
Despite its links to cancer, Roundup is still a $1 billion business. So how exactly did Monsanto pull this off?
There was an intentional effort to deceive that took place over many decades.
And now Monsanto has a new owner, a $1 billion pharmaceutical firm. And together, they're working on a way to keep selling Roundup, no matter the cost.
This is right out of the tobacco industry playbook from decades ago. And we gotta make sure that politicians don't fall for it again this time.
It would kill pretty much any plant it was sprayed on. That was in the period when we were naive about a lot of things.
John Gilbert is a farmer in Iowa who's seen how Roundup came to dominate agriculture in the state.
I think it's gone from a habit to an addiction.
Roundup came on the market in 1974. By the 90s, Monsanto had developed something to turn Roundup from a convenient tool to a necessity.
Monsanto had this brilliant idea to roll out what they called genetically modified crops.
Genetically modified crops were seeds that Monsanto engineered to be resistant to Roundup. So when farmers sprayed their fields, it would kill the weeds, but not their crops.
It was a big ground shift when when the modified crops came out, because it was orders of magnitude difference in how much was being used.
In 1974, 1.4 million pounds of glyphosate were used in U.S. agriculture. By 2014,
watching this guy Jordan Peterson. He's a professor from Canada. He gives life advice.
Listen up, bucko. You need to clean your room.
That's it? What's it? That's his thing.
The world must be put into order. We must destroy postmodernism. And that all starts with cleaning your room.
Look, I know it sounds basic, but it helps me.
Okay.
He sounds like Kermit the Frog and makes me feel like I'm capable of turning my life around.
I mean, whatever helps. By the way, you do need to clean your room. There's a weird smell coming from under your bed. Maybe don't tell me what to do. What are you watching? Don't get clever with me, bucko. You say I believe in God, but you don't know what that question entails.
Oh yeah, it's some guy with mental health problems.
Isn't that Jordan Peterson? Didn't he convince you to clean your room that one time?
Yeah, maybe. His whole thing is personal responsibility and getting order in your life. You know, he hates postmodernism.
Words don't mean what they mean. The world is an abyss of chaos, and I'm scared. Is he okay? Am I okay? First, we must define okay.
Mini Brands Kawaii betekent een en al schattigheid. 5 snoezige schatjes in elk
Prince was crazy when it came to recording. Whereas most musicians might spend days, weeks, maybe even months working on a song, Prince could record a song in a single night, which he did for When Doves Cry. But then, unusually he spent ages on mixing, taking nearly everything out that he just recorded, eventually even taking out the bass. From the outside, it looked like a recipe for disaster. But Prince had a different idea. Prince had just finished recording the album Purple Rain, which was the soundtrack for his first feature film. The director of the film, Albert Magnoli, called Prince and said they needed one more song about the difficulty of romance and family life. For Prince, this last-minute addition was no problem. Inspired to write a song reflecting his own parents' difficult relationship, he immediately went into Sunset Sound, his favourite studio in LA, and began preparing the studio. The next day, Prince returned and recorded the whole song in one single session. As usual, this saw him writing, producing, and recording all the instruments himself, with just one other person, his recording engineer, Peggy Mack. A lot of the Purple Rain album was actually recorded live with his band. He'd make some edits and record some overdubs later, but this final song, When Doves Cry, was Prince entirely on his own and free to experiment. He began with this, the Linn LM1 drum machine. The great thing about this drum machine is that it's sampled on real drums, but you can adjust the pitch of each sound. Couple this with a few interesting guitar pedals, and you can get something that sounds really unique. Nostalgic Explorer has a great video recreating Prince's process of layering each drum sound one by one. After starting with the drum beat, he spent the session layering up many different instruments and sounds. Prince hadn't yet gained the iconic status that he has today, and he was getting more and more determined to prove himself as the great musician that he really was.
I think Prince, it really bothered him too that he was underestimated as a guitar player, and I thought he was an amazing guitar player.
There was also a synth solo, which was too difficult to play, so he played at half the speed and then doubled the speed of the recording. Over the 16-hour session, he added more and more layers, and in just one day, the song was finished. But something wasn't quite...
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need.
Prince was really as the great musician that he really was.
I think Prince, it really
proved him to the synth solo, which was too difficult to play, so he played it half the speed and then doubled the speed of the recording. Over the 16-hour session, he added more and more layers, and in just one day, the song was finished. But something wasn't quite right. Prince wasn't happy with what he had. The following day, he returned to the studio with his engineer to mix the song, and he started taking elements out, stripping back all the layers he just recorded until it was down to a few key tracks. The great thing about recording so quickly is that you get to work in this beautiful state of flow, something Prince was a master at, and the reason why he was able to make so much music. But this mixing process sent him into a period of overthinking. Mixing went on for days, with Prince taking out different sounds and eventually deliberating over whether or not to include the bass. It was just sounding too conventional, like every other song with drums and bass and keyboards. If I could have it my way, it would sound like this, without the bass. But removing the bass isn't the same as taking out most other instruments. The bass is the foundation of harmony. It's the link between harmony and rhythm, and it's also the instrument that supplies most of the lower frequencies. It was session vocalist Jill Jones who eventually told Prince, "Why don't you just have it your way?"
He kind of unproduced it, if you can possibly do that. And then the last thing he did is he punched that bass out and he smiled at me and he said, "Ain't nobody gonna believe I can do this."
And so?
The thing he did is he punched that bass, kind of unproduced it, if you can possibly do that. And then the last thing he did is he punched that bass out and he smiled at me and he said, "Ain't nobody gonna believe I can do this."
And so, the song was finished without a bass. And despite being the final song recorded, it became the lead single from Purple Rain. From the outside, it looked like Prince was crazy. But there was a reason why it became so successful. First of all, it does kind of work to take the bass out. It allows for more space in these lower frequencies, and because he was using the LM1 drum machine, he could make use of this space anyway. He also used the machine on his following album, which did include bass, but if we take the bass out, you can hear that there is a bit more space. Although Raspberry Beret was a single, it didn't make it to #1. But Prince took out the bass again for another song, Kiss, and guess what? This did go to #1. So what is it that's so special about not having a bass? The problem was that in the early to mid-80s, Prince had a problem. Because music was heavily categorized and segregated, so you were either a funk artist, an R&B artist, or a pop artist. And Prince didn't like this because radio stations, and now MTV, would only play music within a certain category, and your music was expected to fit within these boundaries.
I listened to all kinds of music when I was young. And when I was younger, I always said that one day I was going to play all kinds of music and not be judged for the color of my skin, but
hey!
Procrastinate.
So we are compliance software, but let's spruce this up a little bit. I think we want it to be more clear than this. We're fast. Blazing fast.
Innovative. Compliance of the innovative.
We give freedom to everyone.
Democratization.
Scalable.
Super scalable.
Do we have AI in this thing?
No.
Include it.
Yeah. Democratizing super scalable industry agnostic.
Sustainable.
Cutting edge.
Why don't we just include the word compliance software?
It's gonna confuse people.
This is gonna confuse people. Take the compliance software out.
We're trying to be specific here.
Like, this is clear.
What does industry agnostic even mean?
It means we're agnostic of an industry.
What if we put Web3 and quantum computing in there as well?
Don't start with, dude, seriously, that's too... Okay. He doesn't get it.
He doesn't get
it.
I don't!
Make it purple.
What?
Make it purple.
It's a statement. I like that.
Yes. Do you feel like it's doing too much right now with the purple? Can you just make this white and let's see what it looks like?
Whoa. What just happened there?
Request demo, request demo, request demo. We absolutely love this website. So we are compliance software, but let's spruce this up a little bit. I think we want it to be more clear than this. We're fast.
Prince was
Radical BMX kid at hotmail.com. Kid with a 1. 'Cause I'm the one. Downloading a movie over LimeWire, 36 days to load. Whatever. Only constant in my life is Flash updates. Oh, I'm an expert in sheet making in ICQ. I learned all my math from window visualization. You know, the music industry, I own them like $30 million. I like to express myself with cryptic AOL messages. Whatever, call my cell if you need me. iTunes, they have to sync their library like every time and no one in my school can figure it out. Windows Media Player is the best. 5.1 surround sound. Sounds amazing on these speakers. 6.1 surround. I'm active on like 36 forums. I have like $400 in ringtone debt. The only number I have in my head is my ICQ. Windows, if you shut it down like at the wrong time and like corrupt. I'm hosting half the music industry on BitTorrent. I'm on a LAN party later today, playing hardcore games, The Sims. I overclock my PC, yeah. I have like 17 open tubes of thermal paste. Oh, I'm a great driver. I play Need for Speed. Where's my skateboard? I'm gonna be a web designer or whatever. Dreamweaver is free, yeah? On the Pirate Bay. This is my MySpace page. I use like MSN in the mornings, AIMs throughout the day, ICQ in the evenings, and like Yahoo, that's what I do all day. What's up? La 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 la. I paid 99 cents for this ringtone. My favorite song? Track 1. This is the #1 topping chart song according to Kazaa. I'm gonna be a superstar, yeah. I'm gonna go on American Idol. My parents are not home a lot. They work until like 8 p.m., which is good for the internet connection. Yeah, I'm modifying my Windows. There's like programs. I got like 3 viruses since then, but hey, check out this 3D reflection effect. Preparing error report. Is it really preparing? Whatever. Shutting it down? No. MSVCR 71 DLL could not be found. Whatever. David may not apply because his or her stayed into a way. Whatever. Ah, there's a new message. These songs aren't downloading for some reason. All these 99% unfinished downloads. What is this Adobe program even for? I can't tonight. I'm going online. Okay. Your mom died? Okay. Let me send you some movies to cheer you up. Awful. I don't understand QuickTime Player. I'll just use a different torrent. Counter-Strike. I got it legally on piratebay.com. Chillax. No, I think it's legal. Everyone's doing it. I'm joking. I don't buy the software anyway. I do whatever I want. Yeah, but my PS2 port is broken, so I need to use USB. My GeoCities page has a visitor, yeah. It has a hit counter, ASCII art, a guest book. I'm storing my photos on PhotoBucket. No, they're high resolution. 240 times JFK. What's up? I will add you to my top 8. Yeah, my life's a mess. That's why I'm torturing my Sims. Did this CD just scratch? I still don't know if I'm pop or grunge. You can find my entire identity in my MSN screen name. These are my Neopets, Habbo Hotel, Newsground, Britney Spears website. Not that I like her, but it's my favorite movie. Lord Rings, Whore, hyphen. The DVD missed the best part. The whole fight is gone. Is the webcam working? Hello? ASL. Someone signed in with my MSN name again. They say addicting games is addictive. Oh, really? I'm king of flash games. Hello? Yeah, I'm on ICQ tonight. I don't have time now. It takes like half an hour to set up the internet. I'm like allergic to buffering. It's fun, right? I'm logged into like 300 forums. I also have the coolest signature. I hope. The problem with MSN is they're always gossiping when I'm offline. David is away again. I nudged him like 3 times on MSN. GIMP, what are you, poor? I downloaded Photoshop. Procedure entry point decode point could. Nero burning procedure entry times on MSN. GIMP, what are you, poor? I downloaded Photoshop. Procedure entry point decode point could. Nero burning room failed again. Ending program, please wait. See, this is what I mean. You can't shut down Windows. All right, I'll just leave it on. I'll come back 2 days. 21 minutes, new record. Chillax. Yeah, the peeps are coming as well. I won't respond to his messages. You can see the reason in my away message. Claim your free iPod now.
Are you ready for the more useful internet? There's never been a better time to switch from AOL dial-up and get MSN broadband.
Step into Wix Studio and handle every part of your build from one platform. Map out your project with an AI-powered visual.
After the earth-shattering success of Grand Theft Auto 3, gossip sites like, for example, from their first endgame is, damn, 5 years old already? But either way, it was massive. After the earth-shattering success of Grand Theft Auto 3 in 2001, Rockstar Games wanted to After the earth-shattering success of Grand
Radical.
After the
Hand it over. Now.
Hello there. It's been a long time since I saw a new face at the hitching post. Did you just come from the spaceport? Hi, Captain. I am not surprised. You have the look of a starfarer. Do you employ a crew? I'd be happy to offer you my services as a mechanic. I have experience working on traveling ships. I have worked with ships all my life, so I am familiar with most of their systems. I am especially good at fixing impact damage from combat or space debris. I also specialize in repairing shields. I think they're the most important part of a ship. I've seen firsthand how bad it can be if they fail. I have worked with ships. I also specialize in repairing shields. I think they're the most important part of a ship. I've seen firsthand how bad it can be if they fail. Excellent. I am not a greedy man, but I have a family to provide for. Can you offer a fair salary? I accept. Thank you for the offer. It has been a long time since I left Aquila Space. I have missed working in the space lanes. I need to tell my family I am leaving Aquila City. Then I'll head to my post.
Everyone needs supplies. Suppose that's a good thing. Take a look around. Take a gander. I get all kinds in here. Rangers, traders, locals, tourists.
I cannot give up. We share the street. This is our end. The great. No, it's happening. Sarah, run! I can't stop it. My mind turns against me. I must return to engineering and make one last attempt to restore the power.
it.